I told the team I thought this game would be good for us, and I think it was. I watched just enough tape on St. Catherine's to know that they execute their offense. They run at a good pace. They run good stuff. And maybe where they lack in talent, they make up for in execution. So they showed us some things that we needed to learn today. They showed us a weakness or two that I thought we had at the defensive end, and it was a challenge. So hats off to them. I thought they came in and competed at a high level, and we got better because of this game.
All right, now we'll open up the questions. We'll start with Ben.
Hey, Coach, 3-0, congrats. You've talked really a ton about the depth that you have on this team, and you've even said it's probably the deepest team you've had. How nice was it to see guys like Keith step up and really perform well tonight?
Yeah, it was great. Keith really shot the ball well. You know, I told him one in the second half, he shot a step back where he turned a three down and shot a step back. I said, this is not an end of the game three, Keith. You know, if you don't have the first three, move the ball. And to his credit, right after I told him that, he made a couple of wonderful plays. You know, he turned down a shot, got Adam a shot, and so we're all teachers. Coaches are teachers, and so we're teaching as the game goes on, and I've got a group of kids that want to learn and play the right way.
Next question is for Terrell, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Terrell, how do you feel like you've been fitting in with your new teammates here?
Man, it's been great. I've been getting better defensively. My teammates been helping me defensively. All the coaches been helping me defensively. Just been trying to get better as much as I can, so I can, you know, just continue to earn more minutes on the floor, and just fit in with the team, so we could get wins, which is why I came here.
Thanks, Terrell. Thanks, Coach.
All right, Paul.
Coach, I wanted to follow up with a couple things that you mentioned yesterday during the press conference. First, you called Keith a scorer deluxe, and you predicted that if he got 20 minutes, he scored 16. Well, tonight you gave him 16 minutes, and he got 12 points. How did you know? And has he earned himself some more time going forward?
Well, I told the team at halftime, I'm not surprised that Keith had the most shots on the team at half. And that's a good thing. Keith can score the ball. He can shoot the ball at a high level and create his own shot. So he's continuing to grow defensively. And I've told every freshman that ever came here and the transfers, if you want to get on the floor at San Diego State, you have to play defense at an elite level. And then I'll let you free flow on offense. And so I think Keith is going to score a lot of points in the San Diego State uniform. The key is that he has to help us win as he does that. And so Keith is making steps forward every day in practice and on the game floor, and I think we're starting to see some of that.
Terrific. You also said that St. Catherine ran their stuff well, and you mentioned that, of course, in your introduction as well. To your point, they had 14 field goals and 13 assists, and I was hoping you could go into a few more specifics on what they added by being able to play against them.
You know, they move at a good pace. You know, they slip ball screens. If we switch the ball screen, they roll the post in. We're able to find them, and they're just well coached. They play the right way. And so what they lack in size and strength, you know, they make up for in execution. So they got us on a few back cuts. They got us on a few, we were asleep and lost our man, and it ended up in a basket. And so those are all teachable moments. So we'll go back and watch the tape, and we'll learn from it. And that's the key to basketball. You can't stay the same. You have to get better or you're going to get worse, and we have to get better.
Appreciate that, Coach. Thank you.
All right, Mark.
Coach, you talked the other day about trying to put it in a zone a little bit. You just feel like it's not there yet, and how long do you think it will take before you can maybe get that in?
I mean, we've been working on it. We worked on it in practice today, even though it was a game day shoot around. We went 10 minutes of hard zone, and I like bits and pieces of it. We have to continue to work on it in practice, and I don't know if we'll see it in the preseason or not. We might see it as early as Pepperdine, but I really want to have one when we start playing the same team on back-to-back games so that they don't get comfortable against us, where we have a change-up to throw against them, and that could be just a minute or two of 2-3 zone. If we play it long, they'll be extended. But to try to disrupt the rhythm of the other team with a good zone.
Did you feel like it was just too early tonight to try that out?
I wanted to work on some man-to-man stuff tonight, and I didn't want to throw it out there today. I thought for a minute I might want to, but I just thought we were playing our ball screen defense a different way the second half, and I thought that might be more valuable leading into the Pepperdine game to see how we did at that.
Thanks.
Do we have any questions for our student athletes? We'll go back to Paul.
Thank you. Terrell, I wanted to ask you about your thought process between, going and looking for your shot, right, which is exceptional, and being able to also get your teammates involved. And Coach has said that you have sometimes been deferring maybe a little too much. And I just wanted to get your thoughts on your opinion on how you're fitting in and what you're thinking when you're out on the court.
Yeah, when I first got here, I kind of just had that feeling where I didn't want to step on anyone's toes. I kind of wanted to fit in. I was passing up a lot of open shots. So definitely now I'm looking for my shot more. Which is why, Coach Davis said they brought me here to really just be myself, score the ball. I'm also a willing passer, too, when the defense closing in on me. So I'm just trying to just continue to do those things and just get more better at them. Now that I have help on my team, though, I feel that I can be even more efficient than what I was.
Terrific, thank you. Jordan, a question for you. Just talking about, being able to grow your offensive game and being able to show maybe a little bit more. I saw that you drove to the basket quite a bit. What is your thought process with your offensive game and how you're leading this team?
I think I'll just continue to take steps every year that I've been here, but it helps a lot having guys like Tigo and Matt and Trey and Nate, guys that open up the floor, great players that make it easy to drive to the basket. So on a team like this, it's easy to be aggressive. There's not going to be a lot of double teams. We just have a lot of good players.
Thank you.
Back to Mark.
I have one for each of the players. I guess we'll start with Jordan since you're there already. I apologize if you already asked this. You talked about growing your game. I want to ask you about growing your hair. You said earlier in the year that you weren't going to take out the braids because it interfered with your shot. What was the thought there?
I didn't plan this. Just a miscommunication yesterday. I took them out before I had an appointment. So hopefully this doesn't happen again.
Does it really bother your shot? It didn't seem like it.
Nah, it doesn't really bother it.
So this is a one-time thing.
Yeah, let's hope it's a one-time thing.
What does your mom think of it?
I don't know. I don't want to ask her.
He'll hear tonight.
Yeah, I'll hear about it tonight.
And for Terrell, you've talked a lot about adjusting. For a guy who scored as much as you did at Seaton, has it been hard at all not to score that much and be on a basketball court? Or did you understand fully this is the sacrifice you're going to have to make?
Well, now I'm playing both ends of the floor. So, it has been some adjustments where, obviously we played against the St. Catherine, and last year I probably would have scored like 30 on a team like that. But I'm definitely getting better, and I'm learning the game. So, it has been an adjustment, but, to win, as long as I'm, able to get on the floor, if it's going to lead to wins and, I can still be productive to my team enough to where, it's at least noticeable, that's fine for me. So.
As a follow-up to that, has any of your friends back home said, hey, what's going on? You average 19 a game, you're not getting that. Have you heard of any of that? And you have to explain this is a different deal here?
In basketball, you have to listen to the right people. And the people who opinions I really respect, they're telling me the right things. You have certain people who don't really understand the game, and I kind of just weed them out, But I know who to, listen to. I know I also have a good IQ myself and understanding of just even outside of basketball, just of life, period. So I know what to listen to and what not to listen to.
Thanks.
With Ben.
Question for Jordan. Jordan, you've obviously played a lot of huge games at San Diego State. This wasn't one of the bigger opponents you faced. How do you approach kind of mentally a game like this? And Coach said you guys got value out of it. What kind of value do you think you got out of this game?
Especially with our slow start, we had to rely on our defense and our energy. And especially this year, we got to bring our energy internally. There's no crowd. There's no Viejas. There's no show pushing us. We have to generate that energy from ourselves and from the bench. So I think that's the biggest adjustment for us playing at home. And I think it's a learning experience, and we just got to continue to have great energy every game.
Nice work.
All right, back to Mark.
This is for Coach. All three, if there's been a trend in all three games, is that you started slow, at least sometimes defensively or even offensively. Tonight was no different. You're able to put your finger on what you're fine after that, but have you been able to put your finger on what's the first 3, 4, 5 minutes? What's going on?
I don't know if the guys are anxious at the start to try to get engaged in the game immediately. Sometimes when you want to get off to a good start, you press too hard. So maybe we just need to relax a little bit, let the game come to us a little bit more at the start at the offensive end, and not press so hard to make it happen. Sometimes if you just play the right way, it happens on its own. So maybe we just need to relax, be a little bit more patient to start the game at the offensive end, and hopefully good things will happen. I'm not concerned about it in the long term. I think we've got a good, talented team that plays the right way, and hopefully we'll get off to a better start this coming Sunday against Pepperdine.
As a follow-up, when you look up at the scoreboard and you're down 11-9, 8 minutes into the game, what goes through your head? I mean, are you angry? Or you just, you know that you're in? I mean, you went on a 36-2 run. I mean, what were your emotions like, and were you confident that it would turn pretty quickly?
Well, the younger Brian Dutcher might have been upset, but I know I've got a good team, and I know we play the right way, and we just have to continue to try to be a better team every day. I thought when we had lapses in concentration, we tried to extend our pressure too much out of our help positioning and just small stuff. And I told the team that St. Catherine's may not be as talented as them, but they run good stuff, and they're going to be hard to guard in some aspects. And so I think once we settled in and got comfortable with what they were doing, we started to get stops, and obviously the offense started to flow a little bit better as the half went on.